Hi, this is Rocco from Unmute.pro. Today we're going to talk about cadences. Now, part of music is storytelling, with moments of tension and some release, creating a sense of movement and destination. One of the ways composers shape this movement is through cadences, which are musical punctuation marks that signal the end of a phrase, of a section, or a piece. Today we're going to explore different types of cadences and their effect on music. To get there, let's briefly talk about the possible chords in a key. To keep it simple, we will stay in the key of C major. But exactly the same concept can be applied to every other key. A key is represented by all the triads built on every degree. Not all the triads are equally important though. The tonic gives the name to the key. You can think of it as the gravitational center of your story. The listeners will naturally expect every chord progression to fall back to the tonic. The chords built on the fourth and the fifth are called subdominant and dominant, and together with the tonic, they're called the primary chords. Notice that both the dominant and the subdominant are a fifth away from the tonic. The dominant is a fifth above, while the subdominant is a fifth below. For some reason, this interval of a fifth has a strong sense of resolution to our ears, and that's why they have such an important role in our chord progressions. The sixth degree is also called relative minor, and is quite important because it's very strongly related to the major counterpart, which would be the tonic. So these four chords, the tonic, the subdominant, and the dominant, the primary chords, and the relative minor, are the chords that have the stronger relation within the key. All the other chords can be used, but they don't create as much tension. They can easily create some sort of storytelling, a sense of journey in the composition, but they're not as dramatic as the tonic, the subdominant, the dominant, and the relative minor. A cadence is a harmonic progression that concludes a musical phrase or a piece. Cadere in Italian means to fall, and a cadence represents the falling of the phrase following the natural gravity towards the tonic. There are several types of cadences, each with its own distinct feel, ranging from conclusive to more open-ended. Let's dive into the four most common types: the perfect cadence, the plagal cadence, the imperfect cadence, and the deceptive cadence. The perfect cadence is the strongest and most final sounding cadence. It occurs when the music moves from the dominant, the fifth of a key, to the tonic, the one of a key. As you can hear, this cadence gives a strong sense of closure, much like the final sentence in a paragraph with a nice full stop. In contrast, the imperfect cadence leaves the phrase unfinished. Instead of resolving to the tonic, which is the one, it stops on the dominant. This creates a sense of suspension, as though the music is asking a question, waiting for something more. It's like ending a phrase with a question mark. The plagal cadence is also known as the amen cadence because it is frequently used in hymns and church music. It moves from the subdominant, which will be the fourth, to the tonic, which is the one, creating a softer, more gentle sense of resolution. You can hear from the example that unlike the perfect cadence, which feels firm and final, the plagal cadence is a little calmer with a more reflective sound. As the name suggests, the deceptive cadence, also called interrupted cadence, surprises the listener. Instead of resolving to the 1, which you would expect after the dominant, the 5th, it moves to a different chord. It often ends on the 6th chord, which would be the relative minor. This creates an unexpected twist, giving the audience something that they are not expecting. This deceptive resolution makes the listener feel like they're headed for a conclusion, only to be taken on a different path. Let's recap. The perfect cadence gives a strong sense of ending. The imperfect cadence leaves the listener hanging. The plagal cadence offers a softer resolution, while the deceptive cadence takes the listener somewhere unexpected. Each cadence has a unique role in shaping the flow of a musical piece. Let's apply these cadences to a very famous composition called Ode to Joy. You can hear that after 4 bars the composition reaches the dominant chord, creating the conditions for the audience to expect something else to happen after. It's like a comma in a sentence. After 8 bars, however, we reach a perfect cadence, giving a strong sense of ending to the composition with its typical 5-1.